Feldman scores the contest. 95-95, a three-way split. This bout is a draw, and Billy keeps his title. Again, a round of applause for the two fighters who gave it all in the ring here in Las Vegas tonight.
To the crowd reactionary, Max coming into the split draw, but it seems like...
Hi guys, how you doing?
Let me tell you how good our guy Skipper Kelp is.
I'm watching a boxing for the first time. You should connect with us. Let's talk.
And you had a three-way split.
What do you think?
One judge, the other guy, one guy has it even. And Skipper's scorecard reflects exactly what I just saw. I would hate to have been a judge tonight.
Right? Or any night, but Christian and Billy retains courtesy of the split draw. Star power here tonight, not the least of which is Mike Tyson, the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Shakur Stevenson is in the building. Good to have the legend Shakur with us tonight. LaShawn McCoy, check him out on Inside the Ring next Monday. Jaime Murguia, recent opponent of Canelo Alvarez, is with us here tonight. Macaulay Culkin is here. Oh, turning down his low Brenda song. Perhaps that was for the cameras. Oh, McCallany is with us here tonight. Great to have him with us for Canelo versus Crawford. Marshawn Lynch with camera in hand. He got a nice shot of Andre SOG Ward from the broadcast booth earlier tonight. Iron Michael Chandler of UFC fame is with us tonight here in Las Vegas.
He's been in some great fights.
No doubt. Wilmer Valderrama, avid combat sports fan. The heavyweight legends are out. Lennox Lewis, Hasim Rockman, and Mark Anthony also ringside tonight for Canelo versus Crawford. All right, coming up next on Netflix, it is our co-main event. Proudly repping Cork, Ireland. King Callum Walsh has been promoted masterfully by Dana White at 360's Tom Loeffler. He has handled myriad challenges on route to a 14-0 pro record, but now the challenges get stiffer. To that end, enter the fellow unbeaten Fernando Vargas Jr., his father senior there, a legendary former two-time junior middleweight champion. But now it's Junior's time to shine, and he believes his experience and work ethic have him in prime position to spring the upset. Co-main event on deck from Vegas. Well, as we get you primed for the co-main event, it wasn't that long ago that Fernando Vargas Jr. was grinding away on the construction crew here on Al Davis Way at Allegiant Stadium. It opened in July of 2020. Work ethic not an issue for any of the Vargas boys. And now his opportunity to shine in this very same stadium. So Fernando Vargas Jr. charging into his Vegas hometown with a weighty legacy of a famous name on his shoulders. And he is beyond ready to prove his boxing worth against fellow unbeaten Callum Walsh, as both men. Freddie Roach called for Callum Walsh, among other things, to use his physicality to work Vargas Jr. up against the ropes. Walsh looking for that lead jab.
And that's what he has to do. What you just saw right there, those three jabs. If he wants to get inside, like you could sense his body language telling us he wants to, it's probably best to use a jab. It's a lot safer and it'll get you there a lot quicker.
Vargas, I think, is fighting the right kind of fight. But this is what I mean by muscle memory, the hook to the body, right?
Right.
Yep. This is what I mean by muscle memory. It feels to me like Vargas has to do more thinking and put more effort into everything. And Walsh can kind of more easily just let the muscle memory take over.
Yeah.
That's the late start for Vargas.
Walsh, as we mentioned, 18 years in the game, started at 6.
See, that last combination came out so fluidly from Walsh.
Doesn't mean that the guy with more experience is going to win. It just means that things are easier for him.
Vargas Jr. realizing effectiveness to the body there under 2 minutes to go round 2.
But credit Vargas for recognizing that. Hey, this guy might be a little more automatic than me. I have to be careful.
And fighters have to learn to jab while they're thinking. They have to learn to jab while they're processing and collecting data. And while they're trying to set punches up. Don't pose and just look at one another. Stick the jab up and down, different speeds and cadences so you can get into a rhythm and land the shot you want.
That's what I mean. Smart by Vargas, right? He sets up his shot, he uses athletic ability and speed to land it, and he gets out.
Who's becoming the biggest draw in boxing today, and with status as the undisputed super middleweight king, the Mexican superstar chases further greatness tonight as he vies to be the first man to upend the unblemished Terrence Bud Crawford. Proud American has been producing knockouts at a furious clip. He has his sights set on this matchup for some time. With hunger and discipline on high, Crawford is intent on producing one of the biggest singular wins in boxing history. The main event is next, live from Las Vegas. Ladies and gentlemen, the wait ends here now live from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. It is time for the main event for Canelo versus Crawford to decide the undisputed super middleweight championship. They are two of the best fighters of their generation. Two former, if not present, pound-for-pound kings, largely. Saul Canelo Alvarez has won 11 world titles across 4 divisions. As a 16-time pay-per-view headliner, he has grossed more than $800 million. Tonight, with about as much fanfare as you could possibly imagine, he makes the 7th defense of his undisputed super middleweight championship here in Las Vegas against Bud Crawford. And you believe it's the biggest fight in his career?
It's not only that, but he is keenly aware of how much he has to lose in this fight because he is the favorite and he's fighting a much smaller man, at least a man who had to jump up several weight classes. And because he's so aware of that, he refused to fall into the trap that the larger favored fighter sometimes falls into and be underprepared. He got elite sparring. He came in incredible shape to this fight. And whatever Canelo has left, he is going to bring tonight. 67 in 67 professional fights, he has 63 victories, including 39 wins by knockout. Only 2 defeats with 2 draws. He's the 4-time 4-division world champion, the former super welterweight world champion, former middleweight world champion, former light heavyweight world champion, and the reigning, defending, Ring Magazine undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. Damas y caballeros de Guadalajara, Sinaloa, México, Saúl Canelo Right here. Coach, right here. All right, gentlemen, we got everything from the middle of the gold up is going to be good. Middle of the silver letters here up is going to be good. You got my instructions in the back, gentlemen. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up. Back to corner, gentlemen. Is Canelo Alvarez just too big, too strong, too good? Is he about to do what no one's ever done and beat Bud Crawford? Or can Bud Crawford pull the upset and become this era's GOAT? The guy that generations from now, this generation will say, I don't care who you bring. That's the best guy I've seen.
Well, in terms of the extent to which size may matter in this fight, Max Kellerman, you and others believe we will get that answer in short order as we begin round 1 of the super fight for the undisputed super middleweight title Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Bud Crawford. Crawford opens out of that.
Crawford is a 17-year pro, 41 fights, but he's still going to have to adjust to this atmosphere, to this moment, and the reality that he's facing Canelo Alvarez in that ring tonight.
And the force of the punches, that's what I'm looking for early. How does Crawford react to the force of Canelo Alvarez's punches, especially to the body?
Canelo looks slightly bigger than Terrence, but that's not the tell-all. The tell-all is when they clinch. The tell-all is when those punches get thrown. And to your point, when they start to land.
Crawford had knocked out 11 straight foes before going the distance with Madrimov back in August of 2024.
Madrimov is the biggest opponent he's faced as a pro, and it seemed largely because of the size is most difficult. And that was 2 divisions south of here.
Boxing experts felt as though Alvarez needed to be on the pressure early. Crawford at times has been a slow starter, sometimes by design.
Alvarez is a master at his body position and taking ground and making the ring small, subtly and quickly in fights. In that first round, you see him doing that right here. He's just slowly taking ground and he's forcing Crawford to get up to him. That can unnerve an opponent over time. That can drain an opponent. I want to see how Crawford answers that tonight.
As is often the case on this level, you're dealing with 2 of the highest boxing IQs in the game, very fast processors, and they are studying each other right now. Big right hand from Canelo blocked.
Body shot got through for Alvarez.
2 good shots for Alvarez.
The first 2 real punches of the fight.
That angle to me, that right leg.
But,
Been blocked.
by the way, the 2 first clean punches of the fight for Crawford.
Crawford shakes off that right hand offering of Alvarez, who now changes his level. Under a minute to go here, round 1.
Everything Canelo's thrown so far, it's been with force, but it's been blocked.
Attempt also blocked by Crawford.
The way Canelo throws, you better block those. That one landed, left hook to the body.
Good shot from Canelo. Crawford can't give up too many of those.
That's where you find out, is Crawford big enough? Can he take those kind of shots?
Over time.
Over time.
Hey. Perfect. Give me that little more breath. 2-1 every once in a while. A little more. That's working so good. Hey. Use your leg face a little bit when you're trying to get close to it. With that jab. Okay. See if you'll bite it. Alright? But make sure when you throw your jab, throw it to the hand. Throw it to his hand. And see if you're close enough to throw the double jab. Alright? You get him on that angle?
Crawford's coming behind the triple jab, landed a nice clean shot on the ear and the side of the chin of Canelo. One single shot from Crawford. Didn't hurt Canelo, but Crawford needs to land those kind of shots to get in a lather and get in a rhythm.
And the other punch did not land, but it forced Canelo's glove into his head, which made it look like it landed. Right. Did you like that clean left from Crawford? Did you like the left hook to the body and the greater activity from Canelo?
And you might have heard Ryan McIntyre looking for Crawford to employ a few more feints here early round 2.
He needs to not only employ feints, but the jab. Womack asked for the jab, and he has to continue to do that to try to keep Canelo at bay. Though Canelo is a great counterpuncher, but it also helps Crawford get into a rhythm. But that shot right there that Canelo landed, and he's landed it in the first round, is a shot he uses often with southpaws. He doesn't throw the punch where they necessarily are, but where he thinks they're going to be. It may not look hard, but it's a hard shot, and Crawford has to find a way to not give up too many of them.
And Crawford has landed cleanly and has reddened Canelo's face this round, but I think more importantly, he has to make Canelo believe that he's fighting a real super middleweight, that he's fighting another guy his size.
Nice slip there by Crawford, getting off the center line.
Canelo is not a jabber. It's not something he does very often. His gift is pressuring with feet and cutting off the ring, like we talked about in the first round, and making that ring seem a lot smaller than it actually is. And you see him doing this right now.
Partial land to the body by Alvarez. 2 minutes to round 2.
Crawford not only has to jab, a good exchange from both guys.
Crawford touched Alvarez on the way in.
But he also has to think, Canelo has to look like he's going to do something even when he's not. It keeps the harder puncher out of balance. It keeps him thinking. It allows Crawford to land shots that may not be knockout shots, but shots that get respect and build points.
Crawford's doing some good work. But now the question is, if and when Canelo lands cleanly upstairs, what happens? That has not happened yet. He is a big, strong super middleweight.
It's a lot different tonight than he did yesterday at the weigh-in.
Rehydrated. There was no rehydration clause, by the way. Canelo can weigh whatever he wants tonight. After making weight yesterday morning.
Crawford seemed none too concerned with any of that noise. As he partially whips the body as Alvarez exits. Getting a little bit more in combination from Crawford here in the early going. Under 30 seconds to go round 2.
Crawford got Canelo on the back foot just a moment.
Canelo used to be.
I want to say, like, you got to believe Canelo's looking for a counter, even though his back is against the ropes.
Right, Canelo used to be a masterful counterpuncher with his back against the ropes. He liked taking opponents there and countering. Listen for the bell, gentlemen.
Round 2 in the books.
Crawford slowly started to land a few more shots. Canelo landed that left hook. And Crawford answered with a right hook, missed the left hook. But that's what Crawford has to do when Canelo comes forward. He can't be mindless with his defense. He has to be defensively responsible. But he has to start countering Canelo more and more to get that respect.
You saw Crawford land the check hook as Canelo was landing the body shot, which took something off of the body shot. But in lower weight divisions, that check hook may have produced more of an effect.
Combinaciones abajo, a tumbar leña y coger, a chocarlo al cabrón. Okay, pero bien.
You know what you're doing. You ready to go?
WWE Star Power with us tonight. Triple H alongside Stephanie McMahon. Great to have them with us as we arrive at round 3 of the mega fight. Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford.
No, the fight is still early. Crawford has had inactivity over the last 2 or 3 years. Good shot right there from Canelo. But the inactivity or the rust has not shown. It looks like Crawford is fresh, and that he might have needed that rest at least at his age. He'll be 38 right after this
He
fight.
doesn't look like a rusty fighter so far.
Yeah, much was made of this angle. So the angle that Alvarez has fought 520 rounds as a pro, 245 for Crawford.
What you do notice, this doesn't look so much smaller than Canelo, really. At least the effect hasn't shown. Ring. But you do notice Crawford is doing the better boxing so far. Not by a lot, but by some. But the effect, the punches' effect on Canelo is not like the punches' effect on lighter weight fighters through 2.5 rounds.
In these moments right here, these last 30, 40 seconds, even though Crawford is landing some shots, Canelo's trying to send a message to Crawford with the punches he's throwing and the pressure he's applying. So far, Crawford hasn't gotten the memo.
You might have seen Skipper Kelp's unofficial scorecard gave Crawford rounds 1 and 2.
I can see it. I thought the first could have gone either way. I can see giving the second to Crawford.
Good body shot right there from Canelo. A signature lead left hook to the body.
Yeah, that's a good sign for Canelo Alvarez. Skipper Kelp, talk to us.
Right now, Crawford's just doing a better job of managing the distance of the fight. He's where he wants to be right now.
Point.
Crawford got that right hand in the way of that body shot from Alvarez. Both guys landing below 20% here early on.
Trying to take the play back.
I don't think Crawford liked that last round. I caught both of these fighters punch a boxer.
Left hand from Crawford. That's the kind of left hand that really hurt Errol Spence on his way in.
Crawford really doesn't want to be moving as much as he does. It's not his forte. He knows he has to do that tonight, but he's trying to take advantage of moments where he can get off and be his normal self, and we just saw that a few seconds ago.
Slick uppercut a moment ago by Crawford and some appreciable swelling around the right eye of Alvarez.
Best punch of the fight so far, I think, was the left hand from Crawford that caught Alvarez coming in and kind of doubled the impact. And you could see the redness around Canelo's right eye.
Crawford started to show a little bit, cracking that wry smile.
Even that left hook that Terrence Crawford just caught a few seconds ago, that shot has a lot of power on it, and it oftentimes spooks and scares opponents for Canelo, which makes them keep their hands at home and not throw punches. It's not the case with Terrence Crawford tonight.
Crawford has not really gone to the body in this fight, which shows the respect he has, I think, for Canelo's power and counterpunching.
He doesn't want to make a mistake and get caught reaching.
Mandatory. You did lean back, big stop. You did lean back, opening it up. Just keep it up. We're gonna go. Right call by the ref.
Crawford looks to be a lot more comfortable, Max, to your point, in this round than he did in the fifth.
He made a statement to start this round because he knew he had to break Canelo's forward momentum.
He also knows that he's up in this round right now, so he's not taking any unnecessary risk. The burden and the onus is on Canelo to try to close this round out.
Champ gets through for Crawford.
Crawford might want to punctuate this round with something else hard before the end to say, hey, there's distance between you and me. Like that.
That came after Alvarez had landed a pretty significant right hand. 30 seconds to go, round 6.
Because we're starting to enter the area of the fight where what happens starts to shed light on what has happened to that point. And Crawford right now is highlighting that he, in fact, was outboxing Canelo early, and it has started to add up.
Crawford looks very comfortable right now.
As big as the fifth was for Canelo, it was at least that big, if not more, for Crawford in the sixth.
Here I go. Venga. Hay que estar más activo y poner que no te duermas un pinche llave y botar, nomás llegar, métete para por eso, pero hay que conectar y pues si ya te metiste, métele abajo, güey. Y golpea el cuerpo, güey. Vamos.
Canelo had a great fifth round, and Terrence Crawford knew he had to make a stand in this sixth round. That shot got Canelo's attention as Crawford's back was against the ropes. It's a good shot from Crawford, and that shot and that exchange allowed him to box the way he wanted to for the remainder of the round.
It wasn't a jab exactly, but it was a similar kind of punch that caught Errol Spence coming in and floored him. Canelo's bigger, stronger, and better fighter than Errol Spence.
Timing, though, was perfect on that left hand from Bud Crawford, and here we are, round 7.
Canelo's landed early in this round. That's the third shot that Canelo's landed. You see Crawford testing the waters, trying to go a little bit deeper. Can I stand here? Can I exchange?
He's not backing up from Canelo's power.
Good uppercut by Crawford. Alvarez out of range on the return.
This is a significant statement Crawford is making if it continues this way. Not only is he not backing up from Canelo's power, but he may be doing more damage with his own in these exchanges.
And again, that responsible defense of Bud Crawford on display under 2 minutes here, round 7.
It's a gamble and a negotiation that Crawford is going to have the whole night. How long do I stay in these quarters? How much can I exchange with Canelo? When do I box? And when do I fight and get my respect?
As the great James Toney used to say, you need to bring ass to get ass. And Terrence Crawford is bringing ass tonight.
Skipper Kelp, what are you seeing?
Downloaded the data he's been looking for. He looks very comfortable inside right now.
Crawford got off to a good start. Largely hasn't looked back. Both fighters landing at a 29% clip. Just over the midpoint of this fight. Alvarez closing the distance.
But in that exchange, Crawford got at least as good as he gave, at least as good as he got.
Nice shot to the body by Alvarez.
You know Crawford's feeling good because he's staying there longer. He's not allowing Canelo, but when Canelo punches, if he lands or if he blocks him, you see Crawford coming right back. That's a respect thing.
Neither man has really hurt the other man yet. They felt each other, but I haven't seen either guy hurt yet. The question over the back half of this fight is that going to happen for either guy?
And not just that, but we have to watch the conditioning of both guys.
And that can lead to sometimes those same shots hurting you in the back half.
Crawford working off that jab late in round 7.
Good. Hey, you don't gotta get to no firefight with him, okay? You just keep boxing that motherfucker. He's gonna get desperate, and you're gonna be able to run him into something, okay? Just keep boxing him. If you stop and you're looking for something, get on the ball with that back foot so that the screen can be better, so you got a little bit more snap on your punches. Good.
Uno tírame dos y cabecea. Y aquí. Pero que siente que te lo traes encima, que te trae encima, güey. Ok. Venimos a ganar, güero, Hágalo con inteligencia y con mucho pinche corazón, hijo.
Round 8 of a possible 12 to decide the undisputed super middleweight championship. Crawford and Canelo. Skipper Kelp has Crawford up 6 rounds to 1.
What you see with both of these fighters is one fighter is bigger, not by much, but he's bigger, and he's stronger, but not in the way where he can do whatever he wants to do with Terrence Crawford.
And the resilience of Crawford, his punch resistance at this weight has been impressive because Canelo has nailed him, and Canelo is a puncher.
But when you roll yourself down, the punch resistance is effective. Thus far, Crawford has taken the big shots from Canelo, the single shots, and even the two-piece that he got hit with very, very well.
And that's the thing. At this level, everyone's going to get hit.
Yeah.
Can you hit him 2 and 3 times? And Crawford's been the one to do that so far.
And can Alvarez rally if need be? Right, got off to a big lead against Bivol before the latter rally. Nice shot to the body by Alvarez. 2 minutes to go round 8.
Crawford acknowledged that body shot.
Quick hands from Bud Crawford, changing levels now. Alvarez with effect to the body.
Crawford's been honest. He shook his head yes when he felt it to the body, said no when he didn't, I guess.
Alvarez trying to get something going again. Good defensive responsibility from Crawford.
Alvarez has done some good work in this round.
Alvarez just a tremendous ambassador for this sport. He has done so much for his fellow fighters, past and present. He is affable, and he just landed a pretty significant right hand there on a minute to go, round 8.
These are dangerous punches for Crawford because Crawford is feeling himself right now, and Alvarez is throwing knockout shots.
No, like, stop. Go punch. Straight back.
Crawford trying to get some respect himself. He didn't quite lift Canelo up, but he got him off one leg. He wants to let Canelo know that I'm here too. But to your point, Matt, Crawford has to stay focused because no matter how easy it may feel in spots, you have to know that Canelo is still pressing forward and he will always be dangerous as long as this fight is going on.
Ryan Garcia, who's trained with Canelo, told me that Canelo throws everything hard to sell his feints. Because everything's coming hard, you can't guess wrong, so you must respect his feints.
Eight rounds down.
It's interesting right there. The end of that round, Terrence Crawford looked at Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez extended his glove. Terrence Crawford didn't block.
Stop, you're on that back toe, and you got a little rhythm. You got an upper body movement, okay? All right? Because he gonna come with the wide shit. He gonna come with the wide shit. You can't. He go wide, you go to the body like you've been doing. Deep breaths. What you got, coach? What you got to do? What you do? You do that? You do a hip spot? Deep breaths.
Buenos contragolpes, ahorita lo recibiste bien. Ciérrate nomás aquí, recíbemelo. Si ya le cortaste el ring, hay que tirar más golpes. Combinaciones de 2 golpes. 3 y haz defensa. Ok. Venga, güey. Al aire. Vamos.
Yeah, that's interesting. Andre Canelo Alvarez looking for a fist bump between rounds. The no-nonsense Bud Crawford not having it. Here we go, round 9. Oh, and that's a good early land by Crawford.
I think it's more than no nonsense. As Teddy Atlas would always say, Canelo is looking to be friends, and Crawford is not looking to be friends.
Great exchange from Terrence Crawford right there. Canelo's landing, and not like Terrence Crawford in this exchange.
This is furious action.
Crawford circling back to work after that jab, but everything out of him. Combination here, early round 9.
That open a cut.
I think so.
No, there's a cut over Bud Crawford's right eye. It looks like a small cut. Not sure about it, but from here it looks like there is.
Got a cut. Accidental headbutt. Okay, not gonna look at it right now. All right, stay right here. Jeff, accidental headbutt. Got the cut. You good? Say it. You ready? No, we're good. We're good.
There's always the chance of this. Southpaw orthodox, clash of heads. Although it's Canelo who's been cut 3 times in the past. But it's Crawford with the injury.
And the ever classy Alvarez comes over and immediately apologizes.
Terrence Crawford is punching with bad intentions right here. So is Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah, these guys are looking for the knockout in this round. They both are.
You had to know this was going to happen at some point. We called it, Trey.
Right through the guard for Alvarez with the right hand. It's a good right hand for Alvarez who saw it here.
Good left hand from Alvarez. Bud Crawford is someone who took gunshots in the head and drove himself to the hospital to get
Shot just
stitched up
Canelo Alvarez.
as a young professional.
Oh, good shot.
A little blood isn't going to spook him.
Those may not be knockout shots from Terrence Crawford, but those are respect shots from Terrence Crawford.
Those
He's
are
demanding his respect right now.
sweat flying shots.
Neither of these men have ever officially been knocked down as pros under a minute in round 9.
With not much more than 30 seconds left to go in the 9th round. So far, Bud Crawford has done what he has done in every fight of his career, which is demonstrate, however you have the exact scoring on the cards right now, he has been the better man so far, as he's always been throughout his career. Canelo's going to have to do something.
That right hand will help the Alvarez cause. Under 20 seconds to go round 9. Crawford looking outstanding with the extra weight, competing at 68 for the first time tonight. 3 to go.
This was a moment where Terrence Crawford stood his ground and got his respect from Canelo Alvarez. That's the range that everybody said he can't fight in. Everybody said that he has to fight the perfect fight, and he can't allow Canelo Alvarez to touch his chin at all. He's been hit, he's took it well, and he's given just as much, and in many cases, more than what he's taken in certain spots.
Mueve la cintura, ya cuando se tira y regresa rápido tu guardia, te sabes defender. ¿Ok? ¿Sí, Juan? Tenemos 3 rampas chingados, güey. Hay que dar una putiza, güey. Mueve la cintura aquí, métete, lo atropella, lo revienta.
You hear Red? I don't think he up. But hey, but you gotta finish strong. You got 9 minutes. You hear the corners, Eddie Reynoso wants something big from Canelo here. He says you have 3 rounds to do this. Crawford's corner believes he's up, but knows he needs to finish strong.
Alvarez corner looking for that power. Also some movement defensively as well. Round 10.
One of the questions I had was, how is Terrence Crawford going to move and carry and fight with this extra weight? And thus far, he looks phenomenal. The shape that he's in and his ability to carry that weight. Good right hand from Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo, you had a couple shots like that, and this whole thing can change quickly. Canelo remains dangerous. He's being implored by his corner to throw it on.
Good sequence there by Crawford. This left hand by Alvarez, immediately answered by Brock.
Good right hand from Canelo.
Crawford said, that's all you got?
Crawford able to block that right hand.
If I'm Canelo's corner, I really don't like what I just saw from Crawford, the little pity pat, because it means he's feeling very comfortable.
The right hand is a shot that Crawford gets hit with a lot along the ropes and moving backwards. Been the money shot for Canelo thus far in this fight.
Yeah, he just landed it again as you said that.
Yeah, it looked like he threw that right hand where he thought Bud was going to be, and he landed flush.
Not sure why he's not making that adjustment.
Canelo would be served well to punch with Crawford when Crawford goes into those 3-punch combinations.
Good body shot. Single shot. I'd like to see Canelo throw multiple body shots. Single shot from Crawford. I don't know if Canelo just doesn't want to open up that much, or if he doesn't feel comfortable in that space throwing both hands, because he'll have Crawford trapped and he'll just throw one body shot.
A round like this is where Crawford can make a statement. Last 35 seconds or so, Canelo's done some good work. Can Crawford take the play away from him? Or can Canelo emphasize an effective round so far? And there's Crawford taking that play away.
See Crawford holding up really well physically in these tense situations. Alvarez presses forward. Crawford not there to be hit.
Did that exchange win Crawford the round? That's a great question. This is the punch that Crawford has been getting hit with all night. He's taking it well, but that's not a punch you want to really give any fighter, especially Canelo Alvarez. And Canelo's also extended the straight right hand that has landed flush, very clean. And we've seen Crawford start to do the flurries where he's throwing punches at half speed and half strength in order to get a big shot at the end of the combination. And that's the sequence that you don't like, Max.
Fuertes, hijo. No dejes que esté bailando el cabrón.
As we begin we're happy to announce a new attendance record for Allegiant Stadium. 70,482 fans in the building. This venue proving great for boxing. Beautiful body shot by Alvarez to begin round the list.
Oh, good uppercut on the inside from Crawford. Both of these guys have that thing that great champions has, where when one tries to take the play away from the other, there's an immediate response.
You can't teach it, you can't coach it, you can't train it. You either have it or you don't.
So far throughout the fight, Skipper Gelb's card reflects what we've been seeing. It's not that Canelo hasn't responded, it's that Crawford's responses have been a little better.
Skipper Kelp, go ahead.
I just think that Crawford is answering the bell. Whenever Canelo does something, Crawford one-ups him.
And again, a nice short left hand by Crawford after he had landed an uppercut prior.
I thought I saw Canelo wobble a little bit from one of those uppercuts on the inside.
Oh! That's the negotiation that I talked about earlier that Crawford has to continue to make with himself. He won that negotiation right there.
Can't get too comfortable, though. You can see he's feeling very comfortable on offense, and Canelo is still throwing bombs. Crawford, I don't think at this point believes Canelo can hurt him.
I believe that to be true.
Time will tell. Those two look like it hurt. But this is Canelo's best moment of the fight. Can he follow up?
Still a lot of round left. Minute 30 seconds in this 11th round.
Pinpoint jab from Crawford a moment ago. Right hand for Alvarez gets through.
Yeah.
Left hook from Crawford gets through as well.
It's true, but Crawford may be getting a little too comfortable getting hit with some big, clean shots, though he's done most of the hitting this round.
Nice combination by Crawford. The body work got through.
By the way, I know Crawford's the smaller guy moving up, so we're like, let's look at his punch resistance. Canelo Alvarez is in the conversation for the greatest chin in the history of boxing. He's taken some big shots tonight.
Alvarez with a late left hand in round 11. 3 minutes to go.
Hey, we're going to get desperate this last round. We're going to try to come too. Gentlemen, last round, we're going to touch once at the bell. But you box smart, okay? You got great foot movement. Sometimes in the feint, with a 2-1 or a 1-2. You boxing great. Keep touching him off the double, okay? You can't do shit off that double.
Plantón, nomás ciérrate, güey. Ciérrate y recíbelo, agárralo abajo. Agarra aire. Agarra aire. Agarra aire. Con todas tus fuerzas, tira, mueve la cintura. Cerradito. tíralo, pum, abajo, arriba, cerrado.
Right, so we do have the same set of judges that did judge that Mario Barrios Manny Pacquiao fight that ended in a 12-round majority draw back in July. Tim Cheatham and Steve Weisfield have 114, 114. Max DeLuca 115, 113 for Barrios. We'll see if we get to the cards tonight.
Steve Weisfeld is as good a judge as I've ever observed throughout my years in boxing. I believe, guys, either Canelo Alvarez does something dramatic here, or Bud Crawford becomes the first ever lightweight champion, real champion, Ring Magazine, lineal, whatever you want to call it, to become super middleweight champion, and also conquer other divisions along the way.
I agree with that, man. You have to feel that it's discouraging for Canelo to land those kind of shots throughout the course of this fight and not get the reaction that most thought he was going to get. Probably he thought he was going to get.
This has been a masterful performance from Terrence Crawford.
Adding to it with that left hand.
Do you think Crawford gets greedy here, Trent? And would that be a mistake?
I don't know if it's greedy. I think he's earned the right based on setting the table the way that he has to eat right now. It's the 12th round.
Yeah, but
you know how this fight is being scored. He's not a civilian. He's a prize fighter, and this is what prize fighters do.
Billy Conn, in 1941, had Joe Louis beat for the heavyweight title. Went for a knockout in the 13th round and was counted out himself with 1 second to go.
Right hand gets through for Alvarez. Crawford seemingly having a hard time holding back the smile. 1 minute to go.
Still trying to land something big before it's over. Crawford won't allow it.
He's knocking Canelo off balance with those upward shots, the uppercuts. But is he hurting him with them, do you think, Andre?
But I think he's getting his respect. That's what I think. Enough to do what he's doing right now.
Right, Canelo's walking away, and
that's all you need to see right there. He's getting the respect that he wanted. Canelo's going to fight. He's a warrior. He's a champion, a great, proud champion. But Crawford got what he wanted, which was his respect.
Well, he felt like if he could get this fight, he could produce a performance that would earn the respect. Down the stretch we come. And there is the final.
Hey!
Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez go the distance.
guys, we know what we just saw. Bud Crawford just beat Canelo Alvarez. Let's see if the judges agree.
And when Bud Crawford heard the superlatives all week about how powerful the big Canelo Alvarez was, he and Brian McIntyre responded in kind every time. He ain't fought us yet. And indeed, he had not. And Bud Crawford, who turns 38 later this month, looked in prime form tonight against Canelo Alvarez. Official decision on the other side as we go onward of Vegas.
So guys, I'm watching boxing for the first time and feeling some type of way. But this is a good fight, and
certainly from our vantage point, he did enough to move to 42-0 and assert himself undeniably as one of the greatest of all time.
You did that shit, bud. You did that shit, bud.
Now we await the official scorecards. All right, now for the official decision. One final time tonight. Here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the scorecards. Steve Weisfeld scores at 116 to 112. Max DeLuca and Team Cheatham both have it. 115 to 113 to the winner by unanimous decision. The Fighting Pride of Omaha, Nebraska, USA, and Ring Magazine, and undisputed super middleweight
Champion Crawford.
Congratulations on a truly historical win. What are you feeling right now?
All praise to the Lord above me. I gotta give him all the praise. Because without him, I wouldn't be here. And I told y'all, I'm not here just by a coincidence. God bless me, and he made this event. He made this night just for me. And I've been telling y'all that. It's not my fault. It's God.
You seemed to be outboxing him early, but the rounds were competitive through 4. Then in the 5th, he started picking up momentum and he started to hit you cleanly. And it seems like you came out in the 6th intentionally to reassert yourself and stop his momentum. Is that accurate?
Yeah, of course, man. Canelo's a great champion. You know, I got to take my hat off to him. He's a strong competitor. You know, like I said before, I got nothing but respect for Canelo. I'm a big fan of Canelo, and he fought like a champion today.
I can't remember another fighter whose legacy hinged so much this deep into their career on one night. Had you lost, people would have said, well, first time he fought a great fighter, he couldn't do it. But you won. And now, at this moment, if you never fight again, this generation will say about you what the last one said about Floyd and what generations ago they said about Sugar Ray Robinson. They'll say, no one could have beaten our guy. Is this the last fight of your career?
Like I said before, I don't know. I got to sit down with my team, and we're going to talk about it.
Bud, do you have anything else you'd like to say to boxing fans around the world?
I just like to say thank you. Thank you to all the supporters. Thank you to all the haters. I appreciate every one of y'all. We made this a great event. Shout out to everybody that came to support Canelo. I appreciate all y'all coming to support me and this fella. I'm happy that he get to make it home to his children. I get to make it home to my children. And you know what I mean? Hopefully everybody be safe tonight.
Thank you, GOAT, because you are the GOAT of this era. Terrence Bud Crawford. Canelo, as you have done your entire career, you took a huge risk tonight and then fought your heart out. What are you feeling right now?
I feel great. You know, primero que nada quiero dar las gracias a toda la gente que vino aquí a apoyarme, como siempre. Muchísimas gracias. Y decirles que una derrota no me define. No me define. Al estar aquí yo ya gané. Y solamente quiero decir que ya gané porque tengo mi familia, En lo profesional he hecho muchísimas cosas. Entrené muy bien. Todo mi respeto para Crawford. Hice lo que tenía que hacer. Y al final de cuentas, a responder tu pregunta, aquí estoy para tomar riesgos. Vine a la vida a tomar riesgos, a ponerme a prueba y aquí seguiré.
First and foremost, I want to thank everyone that came to support me. That's always been behind me. I'm a winner for being here. There's no defeat here. The fact that I'm here makes me already a winner. I've done everything in my career. I've come to life to actually take risks. And that's what I did. I take risks.
And when the money fighter of an era is willing to fight everyone, you get a great era in boxing. Is Bud Crawford someone that you want to fight again? Do you feel like you could do better in a rematch than you did tonight?
Like I say to him, I feel great to share the ring with great fighters like him. And if we do it again, it's going to be great. But you know what? I'm glad to share the ring with great fighters. And I'm glad to be here. I already did a lot in boxing. I already accomplished a lot in boxing. My legacy is already there, and I am still taking risks because I love boxing.
If you continue, do you feel like this is still the Canelo Alvarez that we've all known and loved for all these years? Or do you feel like something's changed? Are you still the fighter that you were?
No, I feel great. I feel strong. You know, Crawford is a great fighter, skilled fighter. And I get the credit to Crawford, obviously. And I feel great. I still feel the same.
Canelo Alvarez, the reason it's been such a pleasure to have you as the face of boxing is because of that. In victory and defeat, Canelo Alvarez is everything that's good about boxing. Thank you, Canelo.
Bless you. Thank you. ¡Que viva México, cabrones! ¡Ánimo!
The living legend, Canelo Alvarez, for whom, as Andre Wood says, boxing is life, and it seems as though boxing is still life for him. He does say he wants to retire at 37 to play golf because he is very good on a golf track. But tonight belongs to Terrence Bud Crawford. Andre, you had a front row seat to one of the biggest singular wins in the illustrious history of the sport of boxing.
Before I get to Terrence Crawford, I first want to take my hat off to Canelo Alvarez. To Max's point in the post-fight interview, he didn't have to take this fight. This is the fight that Terrence Crawford called for, so hats off to him for that. As it pertains to this man right here, it's well publicized that he's a friend of mine, and I've seen his journey throughout his career, and I've seen one accomplishment after the next. I've seen more questions be asked of him. And is he a draw? Does he have a personality? He's only fighting these types of fighters. He doesn't have a signature win. And all he's done was just answer the doubt with more victories, more professionalism. And I think we can learn something from Crawford, not just the X's and O's. We have to stop putting fighters in a box thinking you're only entertaining if you do this. You can only excite me if you fight this type of way. Terrence Crawford truly did it his way. And a lot of people were wrong. And if this is his last fight, he's done everything that he wanted to do. He's a three-time undisputed champion who jumped 2, maybe 3 weight classes, depending on how you look at it, against a great fighter like Canelo Alvarez. At this point in his life and career, the debate is over.
Every era has their guy that you can't tell anyone from that era anything about. We lived through Michael Jordan. Try telling anyone who did that LeBron James is better.
Right.
And those who lived through LeBron James, there'll be another guy come around in 20 years and try to tell them that. Bud Crawford is that to this era of boxing. And I want to go back and reevaluate the last 10, 12 years of boxing. Because I think of Bernard Hopkins at middleweight, who made all those title defenses but was locked out of the big fights. Couldn't unify the titles. As soon as he was given the chance, and by the way, became Ring Magazine champion. What that really showed is retroactively, he was always the best. He just didn't have the opportunity to prove it. Looking back at Bud Crawford's career, it is reasonable to say, and I believe it, he has been the best pound-for-pound fighter in boxing now for a dozen years. Almost no one who has ever lived has ever done that. It puts him in rarefied air.
The only man in the world who I won't argue about Michael Jordan and LeBron James with is Terrence Crawford. We actually got into it in the fighter meeting, but this was a celebration of boxing tonight, gentlemen, in more ways than one. You guys have devoted so much of your professional lives to this sport. You can look at me if you want to. It's okay. Trey, final thoughts on everything that transpired, not just tonight, but this entire fight week that really put boxing back where it belongs.
Great fight week, great build up over the last 2-3 months. Everything was done at a high level. When you have two great fighters like we had in our main event, you don't have to